I'm Ruby. I'm a guitar player. Josie and I play in a band together, and we've known each other since 2010. Our sound is high voltage rock and roll. That's how I like to describe it. It's a high energy, loud, fast, and heavy show. We wear a lot of hairspray, and sometimes I wear my feather boa. I absolutely live the rock and roll lifestyle 24/7. It's awesome, for sure.
Would you like a beverage this evening? 2 rum and colas, please.
Okay.
Champagne.
Champagne coming up.
Josie and I at the time were on a world tour.
We had been traveling for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Josie.
If we didn't play such awesome music together, I wouldn't put up with him hitting on me all the time.
Dude, go get a groupie and coach.
It's exhausting.
You ever hear of the Mile High Club?
Of course.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You know you look way hotter at 30,000 feet.
We were having a really good night, and we both decided to get a little adventurous.
International flights are long. They're exhausting. I thought, what the hell?
Josie likes to put on this good girl image because she doesn't want to kill her action. She doesn't want the guys to think that she's this wild and crazy sex maniac, but I know the real Josie.
Mile High Club is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You only live once.
What's on tour stays on tour, so, you know.
I'll see you in a few.
It was very quiet when we decided to sneak off. People were sleeping.
I didn't know which one she had gone into, so I opened the first one that was closest to me. There was somebody in there doing their business. They had forgotten to lock it or whatever.
The turbulence did not help the Mile High Club at all. The space in the bathroom is crazy tight. And the hot water is going down the back of my butt.
I had my boa on, my signature boa, and I usually double wrap it. So I don't just wear it as a scarf. What I do is I wrap it around my neck like this, so it looks like there's 2 of them. I was on top of the world, so it's kind of like having sex during a natural disaster. I was having a great time.
And then I could hear people knocking on the door. Hello? Toilet paper was ending up all over the floor.
Other passengers need to use the restroom.
I bumped into the flusher of the toilet, and one piece of the feather boa was dangling into the toilet.
And as soon as that button was activated, it was like a power flusher. It sounded like a high-speed vacuum cleaner. It was like... And the boa went right with it.
Straight down. Water, feathers, everywhere. It was a mess.
My throat hurt so bad, I really felt like I was gonna die. The flight attendant was sort of alarmed to see me coming out of the bathroom looking like that and acting like that.
So much for joining the Mile High Club. Oh my God! Is there a doctor on board?
I noticed that it's a lot more serious. With all these people, maybe there might be a doctor on board.
I kind of stumbled back to my seat, and I was in severe pain. I was very red.
It was a little scary at that point.
I was very embarrassed by the whole thing.
We found a doctor, but he doesn't speak much English.
You need doctor.
Ruby couldn't talk, so I had to do all the talking.
He's choked with a boa.
Boa. Snake? On plane?
It's from the boa, and he wasn't getting it.
No, a feather boa.
And it felt like there was something stuck in my throat. It was just an extremely uncomfortable feeling.
Must land the plane. No oxygen. Could die.
I wasn't on the plane to be able to assess the situation, but if you have a person that can't breathe, they're going to die. You need to get that plane on the ground as quickly as possible and get them to an ER.
I felt like it's not real, like this is something out of a movie.
Hold on, Ruby. Please help him. The doctor said he could die.
I was relieved to see them, even though I don't like doctors. I was relieved that they were there. I felt like it's not real, like this is something out of a movie.
I wanted him to get to the hospital as quick as possible.
Sir, can you tell me what happened?
He's a singer in our band. Is his voice gonna be okay?
We don't know anything for sure, except if his windpipe is crushed, his voice may never be the same.
Tracheal injuries are significant in the effect that they can have on a person. They can wind up having a chronic impact on their ability to speak, their ability to function, their ability to breathe.
Ruby?
I was terrified of being there because I didn't know what they were going to do.
Have you lost consciousness at all?
Yes.
Any weakness? Are you sure you don't know what happened?
I really didn't want to tell him what happened. It was embarrassing.
Okay, he had one of those inflatable neck pillows on the flight. All I know is it was probably too tight. He can't breathe.
Nurse, can we get a bag valve mask to help him breathe?
At this point, I knew that it was pretty serious.
Ruby, can you hear me? If you have any information about what happened, you need to tell me now.
Okay, listen, we wanted to join the Mile High Club, okay? So we had sex in the bathroom and he got choked out by his feather boa.
Nurse, we're gonna need to have an x-ray. We could be dealing with major trauma to the trachea.
The trachea?
Well, intense pressure to the neck and throat can cause fractures and block the patient's airway, leading to brain damage or worse.
I hate hospitals. I was terrified and it was difficult to breathe. My throat hurt so bad, I really felt like I was going to die.
Ruby?
Fashion considerations aside, a feathered boa is a potential noose around your neck at any time. The hyoid bone can be crushed by that noose, and it can wind up leading to a respiratory emergency.
His breathing is stabilizing. Looks like he was just having an anxiety attack.
I was concerned those vocal cords might be permanently damaged.
Ruby, it appears you have a partial fracture on your hyoid bone.
The hyoid bone? I've never heard of that.
It's a small bone in the larynx that connects to the muscle and tissue. Luckily, you only have a partial fracture because a complete fracture would have major complications.
Who would have thought that that little bone in his throat could almost kill him?
Is my career over?
There is a lot of swelling in the area, and consequently, you will have trouble eating and talking for the next 4 to 6 weeks. But if it does get any worse at all, you need to come back.
It was unbelievable to me. I was in shock that I could have died from joining the Mile High Club.
You'll need rest. Jumping back into work too soon could exacerbate the injury.
I think we really dodged a bullet. This could have been a lot worse.
Man, I can't believe we have to cancel our world tour just because we tried to get into the Mile High Club.
No matter how many injuries, embarrassments, and arrests pile up, people still insist on trying to be a member of that Mile High Club.
I'd do it all over again.
I think our days of trying to get together are over and things are strictly professional at this point.
Well, it looks like neither one of us is joining the Mile High Club anytime soon.
Josie and I will always have a special bond, but I think we should probably stick to having sex with others.
Yeah, I could. And then who's gonna be here to take care of you?
We're so rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Right.